Hey Hylians, and welcome back to Hyrule Warriors. On the last episode, we did a War of Spirit, this episode here, and we kind of fought... No, we didn't fight. We fought the Dark Links that Sia made. We didn't fight Sia. We unlocked 2 episodes, and obviously we are going to be going and continuing on with the Linkle episode. And this one is something that I've been really looking forward to, because we finally get to see Midna in her true form, which originally in the original Wii U version of the game we never got to see Midna in her true form because she wasn't a character, she wasn't in the Linkle story. The Linkle story actually got added in the 3DS version, so it wasn't in the original Wii U version. So yeah, it's really cool to have this extra story where we play as Linkle and Midna, and it's cool. It's nice. It's a nice little addition to have Midna as a playable character in both her imp form and her kind of more humanoid form. So today, obviously, we're going to be playing as Linkle again, one of my favorite characters. She's actually pretty decent level now. She's been leveling up. I've only been playing the characters, by the way, on the story modes that on the channel. I haven't been playing on these characters on this save file any other time. Like, I haven't played any adventure modes or anything, so they're just leveling up through these levels. So she's leveling up pretty quick for having probably the least amount of levels that you can actually play her in. So anyway, let's continue on. Have we got actually good we do, we have a new one, so that's gonna be cool. It doesn't have any extra like little bonuses, but whatever. So yeah, let's hop right into today's level.
Now that Link had acquired the Master Sword, he and his companions began readying themselves for the coming war with Sia. It was during this time that Princess Zelda sensed an ominous presence. A dark magic, its source unknown, began to flow across the land and devour everything it touched. If the flow of magic was not quickly stemmed, all light would soon be gone from the world. Believing the Palace of Twilight to be the source of this devastation, Zelda set out on her own to stop it. Midna soon noticed that the princess was gone. She rushed after Zelda toward the palace. Along the way, Midna came upon Linkle, who seemed to be utterly transfixed by an object she had found. It was a black crystal, and Midna was mesmerized by it as well. She touched the crystal. In the blink of an eye, Midna transformed from a tiny creature into a beautiful woman. The powerful magic inside the crystal had returned Midna to her true form. Linkle was left speechless, which was just as well. There was no time to talk about Midna's amazing transformation. Midna had only one thing on her mind: to rescue Zelda. She recruited Linkle to join her mission. Together, they would enter the Palace of Twilight.
Alright, so Zelda went off on her own. I'm guessing this takes place after the battle that we just did in the last episode. So Zelda went off on her own. Midna followed, found Linkle. Linkle found like a crystal or something. Maybe it's the kind of crystallized evil magic that we see in Twilight Princess kind of be put into Wolf Link's head. Maybe it's that. But yeah, we see they meet up with Linkle. She touches it and it becomes her true form, which is very weird but very easy and very cool, and another reason why this game cannot be part of the canon timeline. I haven't spoken much about that. Maybe I'll talk about that in today's episode a bit more, but yeah, that's something that kind of goes against that as well. Anyway, we are back in the Palace of Twilight. There is a lot of red, and luckily it looks like we get to play as both Linkle and Midna, so we're going to be able to show off a bit of how Midna plays, because I do like how Midna's true form plays. I'm not a fan of Imp Midna as much. I don't really like her gameplay style as much, but I do really like how Twilight Midna, or Midna's true form, is in this game. So let's hop in. Welcome back to the Palace of Twilight, and it's kind of weird they use the same intro that they did when we first came here, because obviously by now we've closed that Gate of Soul, unless it got reopened and I'm just forgetting stuff. But yeah, here we are with Linkle and with Midna. Midna has such a cool fighting weapon, I guess. She uses not the Mirror of Twilight, because you actually have to unlock that later. That's one of her later upgrades for her weapon. But she basically uses the Mirror of Twilight as her weapon, along with a Zant hand, which is such a cool random little monster to kind of add in as part of Midna's kit. I personally thought when she was announced to be a playable character that she would be kind of just using her magic and kind of be somewhat similar to her original, well, her imp form. But no, they gave her a whole new moveset with all new kind of stuff, and I really like it because it not only does this, it also kind of builds in other items from Twilight Princess. There's the cannon. I don't know if we have it unlocked as part of her kit yet, but the giant cannon that shoots you up into the sky to get to the city in the sky is actually something that can turn up as one of her attacks. That guy was just running into a wall. Okay. So as I mentioned it, let me talk a little bit about this game. It has kind of been said by people from theories. I think the most popular theory to this is Map Pack of Game Theory. They did a video a while ago, talking about how this game can pretty much link all of these other timelines together in a way. And when you look at it from that, if you basically say, oh, this game has all of the mixed timelines, yeah, if they put it into the series, it could do that. But there's a lot more in the story of this game that really drastically says, like, no, that can't happen. And it's something that I've seen pop up since that video came out. I think kind of boosted it a bit more, because obviously MatPat has quite a big fan base. And I think even after Age of Calamity came out, I was seeing people say that Hyrule Warriors was an official, like, Zelda timeline placement game. Like it was in the Zelda timeline. But no, this game is not official. Well, it's an official game. It's not like fan-made or anything. It's not a part of the timeline. It is a standalone game. It is kind of its own thing. And I think that's what's also going to confuse some people if they don't know much about this game and they are also seeing Age of Calamity. Because Age of Calamity, from what we can tell anyway, is pretty much canon. It may not be entirely canon. Its gameplay and things that we see in gameplay might be a little bit different to what we have been told. But the entire story that we're seeing is pretty much said to be canon. It's going to be part of the timeline. It is going to be what happened 100 years before Breath of the Wild. So people playing that or hearing about that might assume that this game's also canon, but nah. It would be very weird to put this game as a canon part of the timeline, when I think one of the biggest things that I can point out is Midna. In Twilight Princess, she is transformed into an imp by Zant, and is only kind of in this form once we, like, right at the end of the game. In this game, though, she is directly turned into an imp by Sia, who is in this game, who's only mentioned in this game, and she then, I believe, turns into her human form here and then somehow turns back, because I'm pretty sure this is the only time that she is in this, ooh, there's a dark note there, in this form in the story. So yeah, it's just kind of a mess. Maybe I'll do a whole video just discussing it in more detail at some point, because it is an interesting thought. And when this game did first get announced, I know a lot of people were thinking, oh my god, is this gonna connect the timelines and stuff? Is this gonna be canon? Oh, there's a Skulltula over there. You know what? I'm gonna send Midna, because it probably doesn't matter, but I'm gonna have Midna get this guy, and I'm gonna change to Linkle, because I just feel Linkle's faster. I don't know why. Linkle just feels faster. Probably her just animation of how she plays and runs and stuff. That's a lot of guys. I'll have to kill them on the way back. Where is this dude? I think I can hear him. Oh, he's over there. Oh no. I don't know if we're gonna get to him in time. So yeah, the Skulltulas, we've gotten them all so far, but they do disappear if you're not quick enough. Oh, the Dark Santa, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. Can we get to this guy? Don't disappear, please. It's gotta be here. Yes, oh good. I was gonna be so sad if we missed it. Anyway, there we go. But yeah, like as I was saying, when this game was announced for the Wii U, there was a lot of excitement before we knew kind of entirely what it was going to be. That, oh, maybe it is, like, can be connected, or maybe there will be hints towards it maybe being part of the official timeline. But no, this game is too much of a fan service what's the word, like, combination. There's so much fan service in this game for the fact that they've just put so many different characters from so many games, timelines, and in situations that would never really happen in a mainline Zelda game, that it just cannot work as a mainline Zelda game. But I think that's fun, because the Zelda series, it's not, I would say serious, but it's not really a serious series, but it does have its serious moments. It does have its own contained stories that you don't always get to really explore out of that. And for the longest time, Zelda was like that series that just didn't have really that many side games. Mario obviously has loads, like Pokemon has side games, like the biggest big Nintendo series, they all had kind of side games. But Zelda really didn't. It really didn't have that many side games for a longest time. I think the first, I might be mistaken, but I think the first Zelda side game of kind of importance, or just like easier to kind of realize, was Link's crossbow training, but I can't be sure. I can't be certain. That might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was one of. But yeah, for the longest time, we did not have many Zelda side games. We had kind of Link's crossbow training. We had the side Tingle games. Where's Linkle, by the way? There she is. Yeah, we didn't have that many, and then this came out, and I think Hyrule Warriors was quite an interesting point, because we got Hyrule Warriors, and it felt... Sorry, that's my computer. We got Hyrule Warriors, and then kind of over time, we slowly got more and more side games, eventually leading up to a game like... Ooh, that's bad. We eventually led up to kind of Cadence of Hyrule, which is a side game made by, I guess, an indie developer, and kind of just... Oh my goodness, that is very bad. Let's get over here. Oh, that was not what I was expecting. Probably shouldn't go near that Zant, by the way. That needs, like, to be killed. Okay, so let's send him here. But yeah, for the longest time, we didn't have any, and it feels like now the Zelda team feel a bit more comfortable kind of letting the Zelda series be handed off to more people. We obviously know what happened the first time that happened. The CDI games are the worst thing that could possibly happen for the Zelda series in terms of side games, or just handing the license off to other people. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing, because it's gone from having no kind of side games, at least not really those of much importance, they're just being kind of mini games of such, to having a game made by an indie developer company. That sounds like a Pokemon. But then they go to also having what is technically a side game also be kind of canon and fit in with the main storyline of one of the biggest Zelda games. It's a very interesting scenario. I really like it, and I really like that Nintendo is being more comfortable in letting Zelda kind of explore these other kind of gameplay styles, because obviously Cadence of Hyrule is a music rhythm game, and the Hyrule Warriors games are these big hack and slash take down tons of enemies games, and I think it's really cool to see all that, and I really like it. Okay, so let's now get this keep. I think Linkle's still over here. I did not realize that Zant was going to be so powerful, but yeah. I really do love this this version of Midna's designs. I'm interested to know, out of Midna's designs, I wasn't going to talk about designs to begin with. I meant to say bloody what's the name? Combat, her fighting style. That's what I meant to say. But anyway, let's talk about designs. I'm interested to know, out of Midna's designs, her imp form and her call it kind of more humanoid true form, which one you guys like more? Because I love both. I think both of them look incredibly, really pretty, really cool. They're both like so lovely. I love them so much. But I think her imp form is my favorite, just for the fact that we spend more time with it. It's kind of got a lot more personality, I think. But I think that goes with, yeah, we spent the whole game with that version of Midna, and then we get just like not even 5 minutes, like a minute or less with this version of Midna. But yeah, both of them are so beautiful. I love them, and I love that they did add her in this form. Her moves are so cool because they include a lot of Twilight Princess references. As I mentioned before, you have the cannon, which we can't see. I don't think we have unlocked it yet because you have to get that with some of the badges, and I haven't obviously been able to upgrade Midna yet. Oh, need Linkle to do that. Where's Linkle? I believe one of her attacks that we saw there, though, uses the soul, or is it the soul or the sun? The soul, which is practically the sun of the Twilight Realm. I think that's what it is. I haven't played Twilight Princess for a very long time. I am very sorry if I got that wrong. But yeah, like it's like a little orb which is described to pretty much be the sun of the world or something like that. And it's in here. Yes, it is in here. And she uses that in one of her attacks, which we saw there. And obviously you can see the Zant hand and stuff, and the giant kind of spear. Ooh, we got a heart piece. Nice. But yeah, the giant spear in her special attack, which we obviously see in Twilight Princess when she kind of gets the spider form after using the Fused Shadows. Can we get there a bit quicker? I think we can. Let's get this one. Just trying to capture all the keeps. I think Hyrule Warriors did a very good job at including a lot of different characters, because we have, but at the same time, I wish there was more. Because like we have Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time characters, we have Wind Waker characters added in. They're kind of like the main ones. Hey, you get back here. There we go. But one character that I was really hoping to see in this game that sadly did not get included, and it's funny saying all of the other kind of main villains got included, was Vati. And I don't know if that's because Capcom might somehow own the rights to him as well, because Capcom obviously worked on the Minish Cap. I really wish that he could have been included. He would have been such a cool character to see, and it would have been, I think, the first time we see him in a more realistically styled game, unless they went and did him in the same kind of toon style that the Wind Waker characters were done in. Because obviously the art style for the Minish Cap in game is all pixel art, but the art style in the actual official artwork is more of the toon style. So, ooh, we can get down here now. So that was one thing I was really wanting to see, and really kind of wondering how they would do if they did add him, because would they go for the more toon style, or would they kind of adapt him to work in a like a different, in a more realistic style like Twilight Princess, or kind of how they made Yuga look, because obviously Link Between Worlds doesn't have kind of a more real, it's more of a cartoony style, not the same style as the Toon Link and the Wind Waker art style, but they still have a very cartoony art style compared to other games in the series. And it would have been cool to maybe see how Vati in the same kind of way that they did Yuga in this game, and obviously Ravio in this game as well, because I love how Yuga and Ravio look in this game. They're not part of the story, sadly, so we won't actually be getting to see them, but they are unlockable characters. And maybe at a future day, I have mentioned this before, maybe I'll do some live streams playing some of the adventure maps. But yeah, I really like all of the characters in this game and how they all look. It was just so nice seeing so many characters as well that are kind of a little bit more underrated be added in. At the time, Yuga and Ravio were actually pretty new characters. When they got added in, they were pretty new, and Link Between Worlds was one of, if not the newest Zelda game to come out, I think. So yeah, it was really cool to see them get in. Yuga is of course one of my favourite Zelda villains. I really love his design and his kind of magic, his being all around paintbrushes and like artwork. I actually cosplayed Yuga a few years ago, and he's one of my favourite cosplays to this day still. It's so much fun to cosplay as, to dress as, despite being the character that 2 times in a row now I have gotten heat stroke at Comic-Con at a convention. Both times has been when I've been wearing my Yuga costume. It's just so big and so heavy, and it's like a big dark color robe with this giant kind of curly orange wig. Oh my goodness, every time it's so hot. I don't know why I do this to myself, but yeah, it's my fault. I can't help it. I like cosplaying Yuga. It's just gotta be something I've got to try and remember from now on though. But yeah, Yuga's such a cool character, saying he's pretty much the low rule version of Ganondorf, and they kind of changed his personality to mirror Ganondorf. Ganondorf is obviously this very kind of buff, very like deep voice, kind of just very aggressive kind of looking character. And then Yuga is very flamboyant. He's got a high-pitched voice. He's got a lot more flamboyant. He's a lot more like Girahim than Ganondorf. It's kind of like they mix Ganondorf and Girahim together to make Yuga, and I really like that. I think it's a really cool mirror. All of the characters in that game actually are really cool. I love Hilda. I love Ravio. And I really wish, it's like Midna and Zan, I really wish we could see them again in a newer game. But they're just kind of characters I don't know if we could. I seriously, it's sad because I love them and I'd love to see them again, but I just do not know if we would actually ever be able to see them again in a Zelda game without them doing some really weird kind of continuity changes or whatever. It's sad, but yeah. Anyway, we're currently fighting Dark Zant, which is strange. I mean, it's like the Dark Links, but a Twilight character being called a dark version of the character. It's kind of like, weren't they already like a dark version of like a dark character? Anyway, yeah, this guy almost killed me earlier, so we can now get him. We actually captured all the keeps, so it kind of got rid of his magic aura kind of enraged status, I guess, which makes him super strong. So now it's going to be pretty easy taking him down. Where is Midna actually? I'm trying to look at the map and see her. I don't know. Oh, she's in a keep above us. I was going to try and get her to come over here and fight him. You know what? We're going to do that anyway. I haven't played Midna enough in this episode, I think. And it's sad because I don't think we actually get to play her much more. I like how she floats. It's very cool. Very kind of mysterious. Midna kind of gives off the look of being like a fairy, like a great fairy, kind of her design. Where am I going? There it is. I turned around, I couldn't see the door, but it was there. Yeah, her adult, like, not her adult form, but her human form always kind of gives me the idea of her being like a Twilight great fairy. It kind of just always, I think her design would work if she just stayed as an imp for the entire game. This look would have been really cool for like a Twilight great fairy. I think it's so pretty. It's such a nice design because it's so I can't speak today. So beautiful. There we go. And so kind of royal, regal looking. but it's also very alien. Not like her limbs are a lot longer. She's got kind of a like, obviously her hair is like weird and like looks like it's part of her clothing, and like she's very obviously blue and she's got all the beautiful markings over her. So she's just so beautiful. She's lovely. I love her. Oh, we've got more to come. The enemy base still won't open. Well, it's open now. Oh yes, and I forgot we were trying to save Zelda. There it is! There's the cannon. Oh, we're fighting Dark Twilight Midna. Yeah, I didn't think I unlocked it. I guess we did. So cool. I love these fighting styles for the characters. I love how custom to the character they are. And they don't, like, all the characters I think have their own unique styles, and none of them are really changed to fit. Like they don't reuse them, and I think that's really cool. It really does make all the characters feel so unique. Okay, let's do this. Defeat Dark Twilight Midna. We are already on it. The music is so good in this game. I'm very, very, very looking forward to seeing what the music in Age of Calamity is like. I am very looking forward to it. Oh, we got that Dagnut. Oh, it's so cool. But yeah, the music in this game is so good. It has a kind of more, I guess, rock feel to a lot of the music. Obviously compared to original, like, normal Zelda music. So I'm actually really interested to see what the music in Age of Calamity will be like, because obviously Breath of the Wild's music is very different to most Zelda games, and so will they play off of that, or will they kind of more play off of this? It's going to be interesting to see. That's one thing I'm very, very, very excited to see. Just die! You're taking so much time! Come on, this must get her. Come on. There we go. We got her. We saved you, Zelda! Beautiful. Look at these girls. Look at these princesses. They're stunning. Beautiful girls. Victory!
Midna and Linkle made it to the Palace of Twilight to rescue Zelda and stop the evil magic. Yet though the battle was won, the Twilight magic continued devouring everything around it. It was then that Midna made a bold decision. She would smash the crystal they had found in the palace. In doing so, perhaps she could release enough energy to contain the dark magic. This plan was not without its consequences, as Midna would return to her cursed self. Despite the cost, Midna decided without hesitation, knowing that she must save Zelda. Midna's resolve deeply inspired Linkle. With renewed fire, Linkle hurried to Hyrule Castle.
Gosh, I love those little cutscenes with the scrolls. I think they're so beautiful, and I wish they were used a little bit more in this game. I love how Midna is depicted and how she looks in that style. Same with Zelda, like all the characters look so cool in that style. I wish it was used more. It's so cool. Anyway, we finished that in 21 minutes. Very nice indeed. Got some new weapons. Lots and lots of materials. And we got another bit of the puzzle. Very nice. So that was her true self, the last part, well, the latest part of Linkle's Tale. I believe we have maybe 1 or 2 more episodes of Linkle's Tale left. But next time we will be going on to the next part of the main story, Shining Beacon, and we'll be playing as Link again, and we'll be accompanied by pretty much all of the main cast. I don't think Ruto and Darunia are on there, but we have Impa, Zelda, Sheik, which is confusing. Hopefully they're not playable at the same time. That would be very weird. And we have Lana, Midna, and Fi. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of characters to pick from, but obviously we'll be playing as Link. But yes, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed this newest episode of Hyrule Warriors. I am very excited to kind of continue on with the story for this. And yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying. I hope I will see you guys next time. And yeah. I've messed up that whole intro, but whatever. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Got there in the end.